Alright, I'm going to do a short tour of Uchi Lake Lodge, which is located just northeast of Ear Falls in northwestern Ontario. It's a fly-in lodge. We're here in September of 2020. This is the year of the COVID virus. There's been no guests here all season. We're kind of alone in camp right now, other than there's a group of actually prospectors staying in the cabin next to us. Some of the cabins are under construction, but this little video will give anybody a good overview of what to expect when you come to Uchi. So we've been here for pretty much a full week now. As I said, it's early September. Water temperatures are quite cool, like 63, 64 considering. Air temperatures, 8 to 10 in the morning and then 15, 16 in the afternoon. A far cry from the hot humidity that we had back home. It's been kind of nice. Walleye fishing has been really spectacular. The lake is just structure filled. It's a long, narrow lake, a little bit over 10 kilometers long. It's a walleye factory. That's the only way it can be described. Just endless numbers of fish, lots of fish in the 20 to 23 inch class, and we've got a couple 28s, as well as a couple of big pike. There's a very underutilized population of big pike here. We've worked hard for the ones that we have caught, but there's little doubt that if you were here earlier in the season, late May into the first couple weeks of June, when the fish are in the back bays, I think you would probably be pleasantly surprised at how good the fishing is. So I'm standing in this little alcove here at the main lodge because it's windy and I didn't want to destroy the video with wind noise, but I'm going to walk down to the lake and show you guys what it's like here. There's a main dock here, which is mainly just used for the plane unloading, and then ramps, and there's a couple of new ones built here. They're actually really functional and great. You can drive them up high enough and then pull the plug. So most of the boats are 16-foot Nadens. There's a Lund SSV 14. There's new 15-horse Yamaha 4-stroke motors on them. All of the boats have really comfortable padded seats. They're not particularly large boats, but for the size of the lake, they're perfectly fine. There's a little shed right there with spare motors and just all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. There's 6 guest cabins here. So talking to Shane Blakelock, the owner, they can accommodate up to 32 guests, most of which are on the American plan. This is set up as an American plan lodge where you're fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. And to a lesser extent, there's facilities for housekeeping, which we're in this week. Small fish cleaning shed, all kinds of extra life jackets and miscellaneous boat stuff, paddles and nets, running water. The nice thing about this camp is, and a lot of these boardwalks are new, there's boardwalks everywhere. Like, it's actually really nice. And it's on a point here, like this rocky point that faces directly west. So when there is actual a sunset, it's beautiful. We've had cloudy weather. I think one night we had a beautiful sunset here, but it's absolutely gorgeous, just a gorgeous spot. This is the big Duplex Cabin. As I said earlier, there's a small group of prospectors in here, and they're set up in here. It's a gigantic duplex cabin. Brendan and I are in the end, at the last cabin at the end here. It's a small 2-bedroom housekeeping cabin, but I'll just show you quickly. There's a small screen porch in front. And then there's Brendan. So here's our little cabin. I didn't think we would use the wood stove, but we used it every day because it's been chilly, and this cabin gets super toasty. Just a little kitchen, electric fridge, propane stove and oven, and then 2 bedrooms with 2 beds in each one. There's my bedroom. Let's see if Brendan cleaned his room. I think he probably did. And there's Brendan's bedroom. Small 3-piece bathroom, a little sink and vanity, and then a shower with hot and cold running water, and of course a flush toilet. The generator does run when there's guests here. It runs 24/7, so there's 24-hour electricity. Right now it's running on a limited basis, so we shut it off at night and turn it on in the morning. Here, this isn't the main generator Shane has running. This is like a little backup generator. So there's an additional shower house, so if there's big groups and there's a waiting, there's a line waiting like to get into the shower, there's 2 separate shower houses here. They're both the same. Small flush toilet, little sink and a vanity, and a shower. It's like the boardwalks go, I don't even know what's back there, but they go, there's boardwalks everywhere. It's pretty awesome. So as I said, this camp is primarily set up for American Plan. And beyond the fantastic meals, I gotta get out of this wind actually. Hold on one second. We're just gonna go into the main lodge. There's another cabin over here off to the side. As I said, like just the spot on this rocky point, it's gorgeous. It really is. And right there, there's a point right there, like literally like several hundred yards from the lodge, where we caught walleye at will, including 2 of the larger ones actually, the 28-inch class fish. Right there. All right, when you first enter here, there's a great big giant screen porch with some furniture, and you can kind of chill out and relax. If there's any guests that I guess smoke cigars or whatever, in June, this would be a good place to be. As I was starting to say, so this camp is primarily set up for American Plan. They feed you well, and directly across, you can't probably see it, directly across from the lodge, there's a big, elaborate shore lunch site set up. So for the most part, up until now, every day they've been doing a big fish fry for their guests over there. All right, let's have a look inside. Beautiful, clean, functional, very nice lodge. There's a little tackle shop sort of wall in the corner there. Television, satellite television. If you want to buy some Uchi Lake Lodge t-shirts and other stuff, there's like a whole pile of it there. This has been pretty much vacant the entire season, so it's kind of like walking through a ghost town right now. And I sincerely hope that starting next year, things are back to normal, especially for these guys. Shane Blakelock, he's from Southern Ontario. He bought this camp a year and a half ago. Last year was his first full year operating the camp, and then COVID hit this year, and it's been tough. It's been tough on everybody. This is the main kitchen where all the magic happens when the guests are here. But just a beautiful, clean, well set up facility on a lake that, the nice thing about it, I don't know if I've mentioned, it's long, over 10 kilometers long, but relatively narrow. There's tons of water to explore and fish, but you're never going to be blown off the water at Uchi. And everywhere that looks like should hold fish, especially walleyes, you're going to catch them like crazy. I was told prior to coming here that most of the guys fish with bait, and they have a stockpile of worms and minnows on hand for their guests. Brendan and I, we rebelled against that as usual. We didn't use bait the entire week, and we caught fish at will on a variety of different plastics. And blade baits were working phenomenally well, jigging those vertically in like deeper water this time of the year, 25 to 30 feet. Larger fish were caught on crankbaits meant for pike. The fish were just voracious. So overall, it's been a super fun sort of end to the summer. Great trip, great people, great hosts, great lodge, great fishing. Come back here in a heartbeat. So there you have it. That's been a short tour of Uchi Lake Lodge in northwestern Ontario.